Hi guys, welcome to a brand new video. It has been a while since I've made a new video. If you haven't kept up to date with my channel or anything, myself and my wife had a baby in August and it's been really difficult to make videos since then, so I've only had a few uploads since, but hopefully back to regular uploads now. So I've got some more gear-based videos. I want to upload a few more riding videos this time of year, but unfortunately, if you live in the UK or if you've kept up to date with the weather at all over here, it's either been really heavy snow, ridiculously heavy rain and flooding, and I've just not been able to get out on the bike. I'm a little bit more limited on what time I can spend out on the bike at the moment due to the sun goes down at like 4 p.m. and I have work midweek, and so I'm only left with like a couple of days a week that I have free enough to get out, which unfortunately it has just been not possible. So I thought I'd make some more gear videos. So since Christmas, it's now January, I've been getting new gear ready for 2026. I'm going to be replacing some of my tried and tested gear for some new updated stuff. I'm trying out some new stuff. I've got a bunch of new luxury items I want to kind of test out and add to my kit. As you know, I've got my camping gear pretty dialed in. I mostly take all my gear in just my 2 panniers and my rear seat bag. But I recently purchased some new stuff for fitting gear on the bike, which just means that I've got a little bit more room to play with when it comes to camping gear. So, welcome to my video on new gear for the 2026 moto camping season. Okay, so to start with, I decided to buy a bit more storage for my bike. So as I said, I normally just have the 2 panniers, the saddle bag that goes on my seat, which is this bag here, just a few little extra bits. But when I've been camping in a little bit of a cold or sort of colder weather, or I've been doing sort of longer trips, I have found myself struggling to fit more gear in, and I've kind of had it in the back of my mind to get a top box for a while, but as you know, they're quite expensive. I think I just didn't want to spend the money on it, basically. When I don't technically need it, it would just be literally for extras. So when I was at Motorcycle Live, I managed to get this Oxford tail bag that goes across the back of your bike, fully waterproof. It's a 30 litre one, and I got it for 20 quid. I think it was normally £50, but chatting to the guy at the store, did us a deal, 20 quid. So I've now got all this extra space. At one point it got warmer in the day and I wore a fleece under my riding gear and I wanted to take it off because I got too hot and I literally couldn't find anywhere to put it. I did not physically have the space. So I was like ramming it in and it was just a bit of a nightmare. So having a little bit more space just for a few luxury items would be good. So I got that, and now that made me think, actually, I could probably afford to have a little bit more luxury, a few luxury little items, a few quality of life items that I didn't have before to kind of fill out that space. Obviously, if I still wanted to go minimal, I know I've got the gear to keep it like as minimal as possible. But I'm finding that I actually need a little bit more space and I want a few more things just to make life a bit easier. So moving on to the first thing that I'm updating for 2026 is my camping pillow. So I normally use one of 2 pillows for camping. This, it's a travel pillow, like, you know, your neck pillow for your plane, but it can unfold into a square, so it's full of beans. It's actually really quite comfortable. It's on the larger side, obviously, it doesn't pack down that small, you can kind of get it like kind of squished. I normally like squish it in whatever space is available. And then the other one I've been using is this one here, which actually unfolds into a blanket, which is nice if I ever need it, but I've not found that I've needed it. So this one's quite comfy, but again, quite large, doesn't really fit down. So I wanted to upgrade to a comfier pillow, but maybe slightly smaller. I was like, there's got to be something where I can still have the same sort of level of comfort as this, but I can get it a little bit smaller. I saw one by Sea to Summit that looked quite good. A little on the pricey side though, it's more than £50, and I don't want to spend more than £50 on a pillow. So I got this. It is a memory foam pillow. You know what? Really good. In my bed in normal day-to-day, I use a memory foam pillow. I really like it. So I thought a memory foam one would be great, and it does pack down like, you know, it's reasonable. It's definitely packs down a little small, maybe about the same size as this one, I guess, but definitely smaller than the other one. But I think it's actually comfier, which is great. So packs down like this, obviously puffs up, I'll leave it a little bit to puff up, but it's actually quite comfortable. So I'll be bringing this with me in future. So I should get a comfier night's sleep as well, and a nice new pillow. So one of the most expensive pieces of gear that I'm replacing this year is my cook system. So I always banged on about the cooker that I have, and I absolutely love it, which is this little guy here. I've had it forever, which is just a caramel one. Screws on top of the gas canister. It's got a built-in igniter, and it's done me well. And I'm still planning to keep this, don't get me wrong. It's lovely and tiny, absolutely love it, perfect. But the issue I have faced is, last year I upgraded my cook system to a lovely Sea to Summit expandable pot. Problem is, it's kind of small when it fits on here. So then what the problem I was having is when it was full of food, it's kind of a bit unweighted, a little bit like, oh, it's a little wobbly on it, shall we say, not very secure. So wanted to get one for when I do want to do some like proper cooking and I want to bring my big pot and, you know, cook a lot more food. So I have upgraded to this one, which is the OEX Nova folding leg stove. Comes in this little baggie. So this one, it's got legs that come out like so. There's a lot more surface area there, which comes all the way to the edge of the pot. So it's a lot better for this style of pot. It doesn't screw directly on, but it does have the hose, which then screws onto the top of the gas canister, same as the other one would, and you just set them separately like so. What I'll do is I will link anything that I bought that's also available on Amazon below. It is for my Amazon affiliates, so if you want to get one and you fancy helping out the channel and you're going to get it anyway, you can always buy it from there, but obviously no pressure. Please don't feel like you have to buy it from there. You know, it's just, you know, if you want to. I love to cook, and I feel like camping and cooking is kind of a fun thing to do together. So a lot of this gear is kind of cooking system based. Obviously the simple gear is just boiling water, but when you want to do a little bit more, one of the problems I've faced quite a few times is utensils, and I've been complaining about not having small utensils, using like my knife to kind of like flip food or stir stuff. So this stuff I didn't purchase. My wife purchased it for me as like stocking filler Christmas presents. She got me a whole bunch of teeny tiny utensils. This cooking grade stuff, so spatulas, tongs, little tiny tongs, spoon, and a ladle. I'm not quite sure what I need a ladle for, but I guess if I want to make soup. That was really cool of her, and desperately needed. A few more bits in line with cooking is one of these little oil squirty things. I've tried to bring oil before in a pan and the little squirty bottles. The squirty bottles are kind of big and annoying. You don't really do mini ones in this country, or I haven't been able to find any in this country. And I tried bringing like a bottle before and it leaked and it just went everywhere, and it was just, you know, a nightmare. I know because lots of people use these and it's not anything like wild, or, you know, it's not like a new idea. Lots of people use them. I just didn't have one. Egg holders, keep my eggs safe. The amount of times I want to take eggs and I'm like, I also got this cool case for little spice jars. But you know what? They're pretty cool. They're really sturdy, really quite thick plastic, and they like interlock into each other as well. These are not so much space saving things. These are more just like luxury bits that I've ordered. I've said before about how I use dry bags to keep things organized within my kit. Makes life easier for dragging things out. When it came to kitchen stuff, I was finding that I had quite a lot of problems keeping that organized because there's such different shape items. You've got knives, you've got utensils and everything else. It was always kind of hard to keep it in the dry bag nicely. So I ordered a sort of organisation kitchen bag, which I thought was quite cool. So you can adjust these however you want, sort of partition it however you like. I've got a little bit here to put some bits in. It's got loads of places to hang stuff on if I wanted to carabiner stuff to it as well. And I've got it in like an oblong-y shape so that it will fit nicely in the bottom of my panniers. So it can just slide in the bottom there. And I can keep all of my kitchen equipment together, especially now that I've upgraded a lot of my stuff. There's a lot more kitchen equipment. This is obviously again for the kinds of trips where I'm going and it's about the camping and the cooking, and I want to cook like a better meal and not just like your basic meals. So another thing that is a luxury that I got as a gift is a firelight. It's got a little bear print on the handle, so that might be fun to try out next time I go camping. If I can find somewhere that will let me have a campfire, because I don't know what's going on in the UK at the minute, but every single place I've been lately is no campfires. So I've got two more things related to kitchens. I have got a heatproof mat to go underneath my foldable barbecue. The foldable barbecue is really low to the ground, and a couple of times I have scorched the ground below. Not on purpose, didn't realise it would do so. So I got this for just a couple of quid, just to put underneath, just to stop the ashes hitting the ground and burning the actual ground. And then the last bit I got was an aluminium wind deflector. I noticed a lot of times last year I was having problems with the wind. The flame is not as efficient if it's in the wind. And what I've been previously doing is obviously using my panniers as a table, but then I'd have to put it on the floor with my panniers either side of it to kind of block out the wind, and then the ground's not even, and it's just, you know, I made do, and I've always made do, but considering this doesn't really weigh anything, and it doesn't really take up any space, really, it's like teeny tiny, I thought I need to get one of those. Cool, the next thing is a luxury, this one, but I feel like it's a worthwhile luxury, which is a washing line. So the only trip I've done actual washing on was the NC500. I went to save space. I ended up washing my clothes as I went. I'm planning to do a lot more trips this year that are longer than that, where I will want to wash my clothes. And one of the issues that I found was, even just with my towel, is trying to dry my stuff. I would try and hang it over my bike and then it would like fly away, or I tried to dry it inside my tent and it just wouldn't get the wind, so it wasn't very efficient. So this is really cool. You've obviously got one on one side, little pegs in here. I'm not going to undo it because it's going to be a pain to get back in. Hook it on one side, pull the string, tightens it up so I can do it from like my tent to my motorcycle. Last but not least is this new camping light. Again, it was a gift, so it works as a normal light. You can hook it. It's also a battery pack. I probably wouldn't use it as a battery pack, but it's one of those ones where you can unhook, and it is string lights. I mean, it's kind of cool, kind of aesthetic, I think. Being quite nice to hang up in the tarp outside of my tent and things like that, just like, you know, for the gram, for the Instagrams. It also has another light on it. Can you hold it? Ah, very bright. It is quite bright. That's fun. So the string lights as well are quite bright, actually, I think, for string lights. So yeah, but there's loads. I think it's like 5 meters worth. Absolutely loads. I thought this was really cool and a really thoughtful gift. So I'm going to replace my second spare light that I sometimes take, the one that's like looks like a campfire. So that's everything I've replaced, or new luxury things I've got for the camping season of 2026. I'm really looking forward to getting out. It's January at the moment. It is cold and wet and horrible, but it looks like the snow is kind of at its end. I don't think we're going to get any more snow, so I might try and get out very soon on a camping trip. There's a few things I thought about replacing, which I haven't, which was I did think about replacing my tent, which is crazy. I know, it's a new tent. I only got it 1 year ago, and I love that tent, and it's great, but I would like somewhere to sit when it's raining, which isn't inside my tent. However, I've previously stuck to tarps, but I think what I'm going to do is just upgrade my tarp. My tarp ripped when we were at ABR Festival because it was very windy, so I'm going to get a nicer tarp, and instead of having the fixed poles that I had before, I'm going to get some extendable ones. So I think I'm just going to spend a bit of money and upgrade the tarp system so that I can still have an optional tarp rather than replace the whole tent to a bigger, bulkier tent. Let me know if there's any gear that you guys are upgrading to for the 2026 camping season. I might do another video maybe based on a sort of winter camping kit versus a summer camping kit. Comment down below what video you'd like to see more of, if you'd like to see any of those videos, or if you have any kind of video ideas or other things you might want to see, just, you know, comment whatever you like. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Hit like and subscribe if you like this kind of content, and maybe check out my other videos for camping and motocamping, motorcycle videos. Hit like and subscribe, and see you guys next time.